Welcome to the Recplex Aqua Arena, home of the Pleasant Prairie Patriots. We want to thank you for your support and taking the time and making a difference for the competitors and everyone in attendance. Volunteers are the only human beings on the face of the earth who reflect this nation's compassion, unselfish caring, patience, and just plain love for one another. Teamwork. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. We hope today is a great experience for you and your children, and that your effort today is acknowledged and appreciated by one another. Terminology: stopwatch, plunger button, starting device, event versus heat versus lane, individual or relay events, soft touch, timer sheets, miscellaneous items, clipboard, pencils, and timer sheets. Volunteer timer's role. Chief timer is responsible for all the lane timers and head lane timers. Along with assuring the lane timers are properly briefed before each session, the chief timer supervises the time during the session, collects the recorded times from the head lane timers, and starts additional watches to be used as a substitute in the event that a lane timer's watch fails. Head lane timer performs the duties of a lane timer, but the head lane timer also records the stopwatch times from that lane, verifies the proper swimmers are competing in that lane, and reports if a swimmer has a soft touch or misses the touchpad at the finish. The lane timer starts and stops the watch and/or presses the button on a lane. By doing so, they provide a time from each timing system they use. A lane timer may be asked to operate a watch and button simultaneously, but they may not operate two watches or two buttons at the same time. All timers roll. This is one of the most important positions at the meet. Your record determines the swimmer's official time. You may operate a stopwatch or a plunger button, but you may never operate two plunger or two stopwatches at the same time. Become comfortable with the stopwatch so you can operate this with your index finger and not your thumb. Understand how to start, stop, and reset the stopwatch. Head lane timer responsibility. Verifies that the timer's sheet is accurate. Verifies swimmer's name, team, and records individual's name if missing on worksheet. Records all times on worksheet. Reports if a swimmer delays in touching or misses the touchpad soft touch at the finish. For relays, assure swimmers' names are in the order they compete. If a swimmer does not show or no one is swimming in that lane, note on the worksheet NS. Chief timer's role. Chief timer will assign two individuals per lane. One individual will be designated as the head lane timer, and the other person will be a lane timer. Here is an example of an event sheet. In the title, it will list the event number and the event description. The first column will list lane number. The second column will be the heat number. The third column will be the competitor's name. The fourth column will be the team affiliation. The fifth column will be the swimmer's seed time. If no seed time is submitted, NT will be marked on the sheet for no time. The next three spaces are for a head timer to write and record the swimmer's time. Times should always be recorded by the hundredths of a second, 2 decimal places, and in the same order for each heat. The last column, identified as soft touch, is for when a swimmer delays in touching or misses the touchpad at the finish. This is called a soft touch. Check the box if this occurs. Before the race, please see that you are sitting or standing far enough back so that you do not distract the starter or competing swimmers. Verify all information is accurate on an event heat worksheet. If a swimmer is not present, call out the names and team. Reset or make sure that your stopwatch is clear. Reset your stopwatch after the start of the next heat event and make sure your other watch is running correctly. If equipment problems should occur, raise your hand to advise the chief timer or swim official that help is required. At the start of a race, focus on the starting device strobe light and start your watch on that signal rather than starting it on the sound. Start or stop the watch with your index finger, not your thumb. With the automatic timing system being used, the plunger button is not pushed at the start of the race. Once each heat has started, check to see and verify your watch is running correctly. If you feel for any reason that it is not, or you started the timer late, signal the chief timer or swim official by raising your stopwatch in your hand, identifying your concern. Be at the edge of the pool at the finish. You must be looking down over the forward edge to see an underwater touch. Expect to get wet. Stop your watch and/or button with your index finger when any part of the swimmer's body touches the wall. You are not concerned with whether the finish was legal. Share your time with the individual in your lane as the head lane timer. Times should always be recorded to the hundredths of a second, 2 decimal places, in the same order for each heat. If there is no one in the lane, record no swimmer as NS. Keep the swimmers behind the chairs unless they are entering or exiting the pool. The touchpads are sensitive and will record if the swimmers stand or touch on the edge. Timer concerns and questions. What happens if I need to be relieved for personal reasons? Restroom, phone call, etc. Raise your hand at the attention of the chief timer. They will help you find the quickest and easiest solution. Can I bring any soft drinks down on the pool deck? You will not need to do so. There will be a volunteer coming around with drinks. If you need a refreshment sooner, get the attention of the chief timer and they will help you find a solution. Will I get wet? We cannot guarantee it, but most likely. So if you have a wristwatch or cell phone on you, please plan accordingly. Can I still cheer for my child? Absolutely, as long as it does not take away or distract you from your role as the lane timer. We hope today will be a great experience for you and your children, and your time and effort was value added. Thank you for making a difference and helping out today.